Hi, my name is Gibson, and I'm the co-owner and creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the fearful avoidant attachment styles love languages, and I'm going to talk about why they have the specific love languages that they do and the subconscious strategies they're using that love language for to communicate their needs. And I'm also going to tell you one other way that we as individuals tend to give and receive love in our relationships. Before I dive into this, we are still doing a sale with you is the coupon code. I'll put it on the screen. It's all one word. It's 25% off membership for 3, 6, 12-month bundles. I have had a tremendous amount of people reach out to me and ask, when this 3 or 6 months is over, can I extend this again at this rate? And the answer is absolutely. Like, what I want you guys to know, and I'm putting this out here because it's sometimes faster to first put it here before we can get our team to answer all of the emails that are coming in around this. So for those of you who are, we always take less than 3 business days, but just everything coming in. So what I just want everybody to know, because we're getting all these questions, is that like our number one priority is to make sure that we can help people on their journey. So obviously, like, there is a cost per account for us to host on our platform. And so like we have a third party platform, and obviously we have to pay a team and all these different things. So we have to charge money. I would seriously do this for free if it was somehow feasible. But we are really happy to help people who are in need. So if you guys are struggling, I know like there's a lot of challenges happening in the world right now. And I just want anybody to know that if you reach out to my team, you want scholarship options, you want help just extending a sale, a coupon code into your membership, anything like that, as long as it makes sense from like a logical space for us so that we can keep the business running and we can keep the business flourishing so that we can continue to serve, we are doing our absolute best to support people. And that's such a huge priority that not only I have, but everybody on our team shares. And, I'm so blessed because the team that I have that helps me work on this and my business partner in the school, everybody is like super caring and loving and thoughtful and really just wants the best for people. And so, we have a lot of these brainstorms around how can we best be of service. And so I just want everybody to know that. And, we definitely understand that these are funky times and the economy is being impacted and all these different things. So please just feel free to reach out to my team at any point, communicate, anything like that. And if you want to come in the school and you're thinking of joining and you're new, we are doing that sale. We will extend it past just the 3 months if that's something that you want. And beyond that, the other thing to note too is that we do as many interactive things as possible. So we've added a chat channel inside of the school, which I'm super excited about. That's just coming out today, where members can chat and just communicate and have community in there without me having to be there. We're adding another live Q&A per week. So I do 4 live sessions a week that are answering people's questions and just really interacting with people. We're going to start bringing faces in live and having that one-to-one instead of just the chat as well, which should be super exciting. And we're just constantly growing and trying to listen to all the wonderful feedback and ideas. And yeah, so just wanted to put that out there because I had a lot of questions. I know this is sort of a long intro and it's not the topic of the webinar, but I felt the need to share it on the channel. So besides that, let's talk about the fearful avoidant attachment style and their love languages. So I've done a video about this before, and you've probably heard the primary love language correlation that I've seen for the fearful avoidant attachment style are physical touch and quality time are 2 huge love languages in their romantic relationships. Now, I want to talk about the way this presents, and I want you to know that this isn't the only way that we give and receive love. This is Dr. Gary Chapman's work. It's phenomenal. I couldn't agree with it more. But it's also not the only way that we give and receive love. We also give and receive love through our personality needs. These things that we identify with as our sense of self that are part of ourselves at the subconscious level and impact our career choices and our behaviors on a daily basis and our emotional responses and all these different things. And the example of this would be if I have a really high need for personal growth, which I do, then I am likely to give my love to people, to friends, to family, to people that I appreciate, through that personality need, because to me, that's how I would receive it. And the mind, especially the subconscious level, tends to project from our perception. It tends to go, oh, well, this was really useful to me, so I should share it with everybody and will be useful to everybody else. And so, just as an example, when I didn't understand this consciously, I spent a lot of time, at Christmas or different holidays throughout the year, or just, giving gifts to people, giving things that were, related to that, buying people tickets to workshops, buying people personal growth books, all these different things, and thinking like, oh, this will be so well received and I can't wait for them to read this. And often if somebody has a different personality need or a different set of personality needs, it won't necessarily be received that way. And so it's interesting to know that we have to not only be aware of how we give love and maybe, work through that and make sure that it can be received by a partner or a loved one if they have a different set of personality needs, and also be on the lookout for how we allow ourselves to see and register the way that somebody else might be giving love in a way that we're not necessarily picking up on, because it's not in our subset of personality needs. So for example, let's say you have a partner who has a personality need around security, and maybe they're always trying to keep you safe, or maybe they're trying to buckle down on order and structure in the household, and maybe this is their way of like feeling ordered and organized and safe, and maybe they think they're doing this for both of you, and maybe you don't see it because maybe that's not in your personality needs, and so you might miss the fact that they're loving you that way. So it's just an important thing to be aware of. And I won't go into the personality needs that fearful avoidants tend to have, because they can differ so much amongst all attachment styles. That's where it's a little bit more individualistic, even though there can be certain patterns. But the major love languages in terms of physical touch and quality time, the reason that these needs are so important are because these are the things that made the fearful avoidant feel safe. So often when a fearful avoidant was growing up, physical touch felt like controllable, like it was some kind of attunement. And so their subconscious mind goes, okay, there's positive associations here. There's something really vulnerable, really deep. And remember, the fearful avoidant craves depth and vulnerability because they equate that to safety and transparency, right? Like the more I can be super attuned and super connected, the more predictable my environment becomes. And when a fearful avoidant often comes from a very unpredictable environment, that can be a really important thing. And then quality time as well as bringing those same things about: vulnerability, clarity in the interaction, and all of those things, even though the fearful avoidant usually associates that with a personality need of emotional connection, which is in fact usually one personality need that I see amongst all fearful avoidants, or at least like 95% plus. I can't even think of any exceptions off the top of my head, but I want to leave margin for error. What happens is like they might associate that with emotional connection, but at a deeper level, that emotional connection is also getting a basic human need met for safety, because in early childhood, the subconscious mind knows that, okay, if I lose connection to my caregiver, if I'm abandoned by my caregiver, I'm not physically safe. I can't survive out in the world on my own. So when there's unpredictability in the environment, they crave as much connection as possible to reinforce that sense of safety. So the depth of that connection, the transparency, the more they can understand the person, the more they can navigate some of that chaos that's happening around them. So I hope this makes sense. I've had a lot of questions about love languages and about fearful avoidance and the connection there, and also how we give and receive love. And I'll add some of that in the next series or next part of this video series, which will be about the anxious preoccupied attachment style and their love languages. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're getting a lot of value out of this channel, and I will see you in the next video.